I'll pick up another area, and this is to do with job performance. And we see emotional intelligence and job performance get very well connected. So the concern I'm raising is, how is emotional intelligence connected to job performance? And how is it different from IQ?
Great question. Yeah, I think a lot of belief systems for a while were that, okay, the more intellectual, which is really what IQ is all about, something you're born with, is high IQ, middle IQ, or low IQ, that was perceived as really important in the workplace. And it's turned out that it's EQ, emotional intelligence, that is actually the number one predictor of success in work. It's more important than maybe the natural smarts that one has. It's more about, how do you interact with others? How do you manage and regulate yourself? How do you engage interpersonally? And all those things translate into a set of skills that impact things like, how well you communicate, how well you listen, how you navigate. If you think about today's world, the amount of change that is going on, the complexity of change, the speed, all those things really create a lot of challenges for leaders as well as their team members. And the more you are able to kind of focus on those challenges and not get caught up in interpersonal issues that you don't resolve, but you actually learn how to resolve those, impacts the performance of you as an individual. And as we've seen also, organizations with, more trusted leaders with high emotional intelligence typically have stronger cultures. Those stronger cultures lead to higher engagement. That higher engagement leads to better retention. And so performance of an organization with lower turnover, as we all are dealing with, when you have better, lower turnover, you're probably going to have a stronger corporate performance as well. So there's a lot of connections from emotional intelligence to the actual performance of individuals, and then actually to the organizations themselves.
I think very good, solid points, Howard. I've noted some of them. I think engagement is one of them. Relationship, we talked about. Communication, very, very relevant these days. Navigation, how do you really navigate change? And I think the last bit is the most critical when you talk about retention, right? This has been a concern for most of us here, where the job turnout, right, the employee turnover has been really, really high, not just in the US, even in India. It's almost as high as 55% of people, especially the new hires, leave within 120 days of joining. And if we are able to get that information or knowledge somehow connected, I think we can definitely make an impact.